Our guest is Frank Erb. Frank is a pastor missionary to the California State Capitol. What about praying for them to have strength? What would that look like? I mean, why would we do that?
So this is the one that caught my attention the most when I first stepped into the Capitol, because I did not know until I was in that world how much temptation our elected officials are facing. And behind the scenes now, as a pastor there all these years, I have just hundreds of one-on-one conversations alone in offices with government leaders, or just a small group of us, where they open up. And one time at a legislators' Bible discussion, a senator said, you know, when we get into this position, he said, there are people, as soon as we step in to being a state legislator, and it's the same in Washington, D.C. as a U.S. Congress member, that there are people who will go out of their way to learn what tempts you the most and then offer it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we've never been in this situation before we got elected. And this is, he actually said in the group setting, he said, this is killing people. And around the table, there was quiet, somberness. They take it very seriously because they know the temptation in their own heart, perhaps, and they also have seen it destroy colleagues if they've been in for a little while.
Wow.
And it's every kind of temptation we can imagine is offered to our government leaders in abundance, and they're just people. And many of them have never had a background in dealing with this. And so it's really a dangerous profession, I think, for many. It's a dangerous environment. Unless they're really strong, they can get pulled into all kinds of temptations: pride, arrogance, greed, ambition, right? Deceitfulness, hypocrisy, but also the immorality of various kinds, alcohol and drug abuse, discouragement, everything. It's all pulling on them. And in many cases, really hurting them. Yeah, go ahead.
Sounds a lot like kind of what Samuel was it that warned the people of Israel if they got a king. You know, if they got themselves a king, then he would be perhaps going after a number of different things that Samuel listed out. You know, the horses, the women, the wealth of the land. These are things that Samuel in the Old Testament warned people that if you have a leader that you can look to like the other nations, which is what they wanted, that's something that would be a challenge for a leader to have to struggle with.
That's right. And so sometimes we can see it. We'll look at a government leader and go, well, obviously that one's not following the Lord, and we'll pray for them to have strength. But I would encourage all of us to be praying also for the government leader who you think is doing a good job and is trying to follow the Lord, because I can, pretty much guarantee you, regardless of who they are, that behind the scenes, they're dealing with pressures and temptations that most of us have never encountered or probably don't really understand. And so pray for them to be strong.
That's a good reminder. Yeah, that's a really good reminder.